أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نويت الأربعين نويت الاعتكاف نويت الخلوة نويت العزلة نويت الرياضة نويت السلوك لله تعالى العظيم في هذا المسجد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Those who are here and those who are seeing us, and so those who are watching later. Dunya is small compared to this universe, this world that we are in is something that compared to the universe, it looks like as if it doesn't exist. We don't know what other creation Allah created in another planets. That knowledge no one knows about it. But what we know is what we are in today. We are in this world from Adam alayhi salam till the day of judgment. And this universe point to one thing, to one issue. Point to the Creator. Where we have to say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. If we say that, we will be saved from punishment. Let us say that another time. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted from His servants to be loyal. And when you are loyal, you respect your master. To someone, you respect him. What about to be loyal to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is the Creator? So those people who were being given the greatness and the reflection from Prophet on them are they like stars in dark night. They are Sahaba to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. These companions of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, no one can reach their levels because they were under the protection from Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They are the stars for us in the dark nights. Whom you follow, you will be guided. Follow any Sahabi, you will be guided. Those are the ones that heard the Holy Quran from Prophet. Those ones are the ones that saw the good manners that Prophet was teaching them, and they followed it. Those whom they dropped shaitan under their feet and followed Prophet ﷺ. Those whom they gave their life for prophets and for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for Islam. Those are the ones that we have to imitate. If we cannot follow their footsteps, because it's difficult for us, but at least we can imitate some of their good manners. We explained about Tasawwuf and how it came, and we don't want to repeat, but we follow from here of what we said in the previous sessions. I think 4 sessions till now. One of the great scholars who is buried in Egypt, Abu al-Hasan al-Shazili. He said, التصوف تدريب النفس على العبودية. Tasawwuf, we know that it's coming from Safa or Sufa or Sifa or As-Sufa. So we explained this previously. He is saying that Tasawwuf, Tazkiyatun Nafs, purification of the self, is to train the ego on worshipness, more worshipness, more voluntary worshipness. Not only the obligations, you do your obligation and you run. No. To train yourself to do more. Because in doing more ubudiyah, the ego will be suppressed, like they have tablets now. They said suppressant tablets for flu or cough. So we, as a human being, we are, every breath we are breathing out, coughing, we are coughing bad manners. We are full of bad manners. So when we suppress it with a tablet, when you are coughing, that cough will go down, stays, it's suppressed until it disappears. So also in spirituality, in Tazkiyatun Nafs, you suppress your ego with a special, if we call it tablets here, but it's not tablets, with a special kind of ubudiyah. You take the maximum of your ubudiyah. By zikrullah, you suppress your ego down, and when you suppress it, you'll be able to reach the light and the purity of the lungs. Because when you are coughing, your lungs are full of phlegm and full of virus or bacteria, whatever it is. When you suppress it, slowly it dies. We have to suppress our ego. So Tasawwuf is a knowledge to suppress the ego down and to do something which we are not aware of. And I've given an example. When in psychology, to show that Tasawwuf is the masterpiece of psychology. All psychologists, they take from Tasawwuf, Islamic Tasawwuf. In psychology, when they come to you to ask you, they have problems, people, they have problems, husband and wife, wife and husband, man to man, they fight, they argue, people, brothers, sisters, families, fathers, everyone has a problem. So what they do? They do to a psychiatrist. So what the psychiatrists do? Listen to this one and to that one, or to listen to one person who comes to him, asking him a question. Tell me what you have. Why he's listening from that patient and giving him an ear and writing. And at the end, after many sessions, he say, okay, you do this. Is not? This is the way? Huh? This is the way? So psychologists try to hear what you have to say or what is disturbing you, and then at the end he doesn't give you something from his mind, but he try to find the cause of this problem. So you do not give a suppressant only, but you have to know, because the cough might come another time. You give a tablet, okay, you will be cleared, but then another time you will be coughing. They want to cut why the cause of coughing, why the cause of fighting. In every person there is a different way of problems. So he built the foundation for that person in order to be able to build on it the good manners or good behaviors or his advice to him, in order that he will be in peacefulness. So Tasawwuf, when you go, and we explain later that about the Shaykh, what are the qualifications of a Shaykh, this we'll speak about it later. Tasawwuf is a knowledge that finds the cause of your problems, of your ego, and try to give you some kind of zikrullah that suppress and eliminate from you the bad desires. And that's why those big shuyukh, big sheikhs, like Abu al-Hasan al-Shazili said, as we mentioned, Tasawwuf is the training the ego for worshipness, for zikrullah, because when you train and you take more and more and more and more, it's as if you are taking more tablets, getting rid of all your bad desires. Ibn Ajiba, what he said, one of the big scholar also, very well known, he said, تصوف هو علم يعرف به كيفية السلوك إلى حضرة الحق. It is a way that you have to follow, the Gnostics has to follow in order to reach the divine presence. وتصفية البواطن من الرذائل, and to clear up and purify your inside, the unconscious, to purify it from all kind of disease that makes to the heart, and to decorate it with all kind of fada'il, good manners. So when you take the hand of a sheikh, and this is another subject, but when you take the hand of the sheikh will show you, he will study every one of his followers. He studied them, not only giving them bay'ah and disappear. No. He has to live with them. He has to be with them. To study them one by one and describe for them the sickness that they are in order that he can purify them by zikrullah, to give them certain kind of zikr to learn. Like one, what is this tariqah is called? Tariqah Naqshbandiyya, is that? Means related to Sayyidina Shah Naqshband. He is he is the pillar of this tariqah. Everyone on the golden chain is a pillar of this tariqah. When he went to visit Sayyid Amir Kulal, one time he was in his house and he smelled a nice smell coming through the window. And he's smelling that nice smell that he never smelled before. He was very well known as a scholar. From what Prophet described them, he said, Al-ulama warasatul anbiya. The ulama are the inheritors of Prophet. So these scholars that they are inheritors of prophets are those scholars who are trying to suppress their bad desires and lift up their good desires through worshipness. So Sayyidina Shah Naqshband was all his life trying to train himself to suppress more and more the bad manners and to bring the good manners, to take away the sins and to be protected by Allah's power from shaitan. All awliya, they try their best because they are not infallibles. Prophets only the one that he is infallible. Ma'soom, he and all the other prophets. So he smelled that nice smell, he followed it out of his house and going, and this smell going in the alley, and then reaching, walking and walking and walking for some time. They didn't mention the time. It'd be half an hour, 1 hour, following that nice smell coming from far away. How he was able to smell it? It was not by his door, by the door of the masjid. It's far. We don't know how far it is. Going until reaching the masjid of the master that he likes, Sayyid Amir Kulal. Came adab, وَادْخُلُوا الْبُيُوتَ مِنْ أَبْوَابِهَا. Enter, Allah said in Holy Quran, the doors, the houses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or the houses of people through their doors, means take permission. Adab, discipline, he stood by the door to be given permission to enter. And as soon as Sayyidina Amir Kulal saw him at the door, corner of the door, he said, this man has nothing to do with us, throw him out. He didn't enter yet. How it is hard when your Shaykh tells you, you have nothing to do with me, go away. It's difficult. I didn't do anything. He will say to himself, I didn't do anything. But you have to take it like Sayyidina Shah Naqshband took it. Might be it is a test. But to accept that it is a test, he was arguing and struggling with his ego. And this is the master of one of the greatest pillars of the Naqshbandi order. So to tell us how much we are far from reality, how much we are far from Tasawwuf. So they threw him. He said, don't come here anymore. What he can do? He left. And he left walking with doesn't know which direction he has to go. Walking and struggling within himself. So, it's a psychological problem, is that? He has a problem. He's been kicked out with no reason. He cannot find a solution for it. He has to find the cause. To eliminate the cause from himself in order that he can be accepted. So he was struggling with himself. What made me like that? Some people, they live and go. I didn't go. He went in the walking, but he's thinking. Must be something I did. But he cannot solve it. So he went to a psychologist, which is his good side, because he's a big scholar. He was revising what he has achieved in his ilm al-sharia and ilm al-haqa'iq, the knowledge of realities and knowledge of tazkiyat al-nafs, knowledge of spiritualities. He put everything together and he said, okay, what is the issue? If I been thrown out from the door, I come from the window. I will not leave my teacher, my Shaykh, that I gave my life for him. Imagine someone gave his life to his Shaykh and then some people come and throw him out. So what kind of test, what you need to do, you keep continue. You keep continue on the way that you know. Because this is knowledge. You achieve, you are on a highway. As much as you drive over the highway, you are more sceneries, nicer things comes in front of you until you reach heavenly visions through, as we described in Tasawwuf in the 4 sessions before. You go back to that and you can see it, you can understand it. He said, no, I'm not going. He came back to the masjid. But everyone left. There is no one at the masjid. The door is locked. So he prayed outside, and on sajda, he put his head on the threshold of the masjid. Make sajda. It was a snowy night. Snow was coming. He didn't, when he went out from his house, when he was smelling that nice smell, he had one vest on him. Because there in Bukhara, suddenly temperature goes down to minus 34, minus 35, minus 45 degrees centigrade. The snow eats your bones. You feel not like here, there is snow, but it doesn't go to the bones. There it goes to the bones. So he was on sajda by the threshold, and he said to himself, I'm not raising my head until I know why I've been thrown out. I love my Shaykh. The Shaykh wants something from that. He wants to bring his pride and arrogance down. Sayyidina Amir Kulal. So, Fajr time, the snow covered his head. Amir Kulal was coming to the masjid for Qiyamul Layl 1 hour before. He's not seeing anything because it's too much snow, and the snow is covering Sayyidina Shah Naqshband. And then Sayyid Amir Kulal, raising his foot as he is walking, coming to the threshold of the masjid and putting his feet on the head of Sayyidina Shah Naqshband. And when he put his feet, he knew that there is someone there. He knew it's Shah Naqshband. He pressed on his head. He scratched his head. And he said, oh, you are here? I didn't know that. And he jumped up and hugged his Shaykh and kissed his hand. Say, Ya Sayyidi, you are my teacher, I cannot live without you. He took him to the house quickly, dressed him well, covered him well, and took him to the masjid, and he was his successor. So, that kind of shuyukh, that although you are a sheikh, but they polish you. When they polish you, then they know the cause. The cause was with Sayyidina Shah Naqshband, that he was a big scholar in his association. At least every day, whenever he is sitting discussing hadith or tafsir or tasawwuf, at least 5,000 people sitting in his majlis. And the 5,000 people will be eating on his table. He feed everyone. And there was no microphones. They were hearing. That is Shah Naqshband. Without saying more than that, many stories, it's enough to teach us that we have to find the cause in ourselves why we are not improving. So the Shaykh will tell you why you are not improving. Through an examination that he might send on you a test, and look what you are going to react. Yeah? And then he give you the awrad that is necessary. Today, sorry to say, that it's not like before. Before they get you in, first of all, you have to be knowledgeable in Sharia. No way they accept anyone that is not knowledgeable in Sharia. They will not give him bay'ah. Because that person doesn't know the limits. So he might lose the way. Or he might get arrogance. Like someone came to his Shaykh and he said, Ya Sayyidi, I am 27 years with you. I didn't reach anywhere. I feel I have nothing. I didn't achieve anything. Too many today. Because these representatives, these shuyukhs, has nothing to give you. They give you a plastic toy to play with it. Or plastic fruit, better example, to play with it, but in reality you need the fruit itself. So he came to his Shaykh, he said, I'm not getting anything. 27 years. He said, Ya waladi, what you are saying is correct. What you are saying is correct. You didn't achieve anything. He's a big scholar, he's very, very well known in his community. He said, you want me to build you up? Of course, Ya Sayyidi. Okay. Go to the market, buy a basket. Basket, big one. Fill it with walnuts. You know the walnut? And sit by the door of the masjid. And put your shoes outside, near you. And say to everyone coming inside the masjid, you want a walnut? Say yes?
Yes. Yes.
I didn't say to you, say yes. Of course he say yes, of course. I want a walnut. Okay, take my shoes and hit me on my head one time. Two walnut, 2 times. This, what is your job? You go there and do that. Give your shoes to everyone entering the masjid and hit on your head. To teach him humbleness. No arrogance in tariqah. No pride that you are sitting on the chair. No pride to sit and think yourself you are a master of masters. Today they are thinking themselves masters of masters, people. It's ego, it's like rooster. He is the only one between all the chickens that he has good voice. So when he sing, what is the rooster song? No, what you say it in English?
Crow.
Crow?
Crow.
Crow. When he crows, oh, all the chickens coming around. He think that he is Elvis Presley or I don't know this Western style.
Justin Bieber. Drake.
What?
Drake.
Whatever. Or he think himself or herself, whatever, we don't know, that they are the masters of songs and music. Like our friend here.
Rooster.
The rooster alone can sing. So every rooster wants to sing, to crow. That's why they fight. Because the chickens will have to choose one of these roosters. So this is what we are finding today. You are not, yes, qasida, you recite qasida, very nice. You praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through His beautiful names, very nice. But that doesn't mean you are someone to guide. To guide what? Where? So, take my shoes, hit me one time on my head, I give you one walnut. So I think many representatives need to be hit on head, including me, and have a walnut. Walnut is a fruit, it's a nice hit on the head. But what happens? The one you are hitting, he becomes someone famous, someone known, someone left his bad manners behind and approached the good manners because you are hitting him. As long as you are hitting him, Allah raising him. Inna Allah yudafi'u an alladhina amanu. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala defend His believers. As much as they hit, as much as you are raised. Let them not stop. Let them hit as much as they like. Don't say no. No problem. Allah knows the truth better. Allah knows where everyone stands by His limits. When you transgress the limit, they let you. But at the end, you will face a major problem. It is mentioned by كشف الظنون, صاحب كشف الظنون, هو علم يعرف به كيفية ترقي أهل الكمال. It is a knowledge. Tasawwuf is a knowledge. Through it, you will learn how these people of perfection reach that level. So you imitate them. So who is the best one to imitate? Is what Prophet ﷺ said, Al-ulama warathatul anbiya. Ulama, scholars are the inheritors of prophets. So follow them. So follow their ways. You have to look as Imam Ibn al-Qayyim al-Jawziyah, even though he is follower of Ibn Taymiyyah, a great alim. He said, when you want to take the ilm, look at the Shaykh. His manners and his behavior, check him. Is he keeping his prayers? Is he keeping his zikrullah? Is he keeping whatever voluntary worshipness that has to be done? Is he lying? Is he benefiting for money, for wealth? If he cheating or deceiving or hating some people, what's the benefit? You call people to yourself and you are hating them in behind. There is no benefit. So, a good sheikh, a perfect sheikh, is the sheikh that everything comes from him is perfect. You cannot reach perfection. Only Prophet ﷺ can reach perfection. He is perfect, full perfect. وَإِنَّكَ لَعَلَى خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ. Allah said in the Holy Quran, you are of the highest level of characters, behaviors. Tremendous character. Only to Prophet. The rest, they have to work it out. So, those scholars, they are being guided because they follow the footsteps of Prophet, what Allah said in Holy Quran. إن كنتم تحبون الله فاتبعوني يحببكم الله. If you really love Allah, follow Muhammad, Allah loves you. Sahaba, they followed. We have to follow Sahaba to reach to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ahlul Tasawwuf, the people of Sufism, they did not innovate something new. No psychologists they innovate. Why you don't come against them? Psychologists, they came with new names. They changed from the word of Tasawwuf to psychology. Ilmun Nafs. What is Ilmun Nafs? They teach in university, in Arab universities, like American University of Beirut and many other universities. They teach Ilmun Nafs. What is Ilmun Nafs? You say. What is Ilmun Nafs?
Knowledge of yourself.
Knowledge of the self, science of psychology. They call it in Arabic Ilmun Nafs. Knowledge of the nafs. What the nafs wants. What appeals to it. The bad desires or the good desires. That's the struggle there. These two things that when they enter in a gearbox and synthesize, as we mentioned in the previous sessions, when the two connect conscience and unconscious, or conscious, which is the mind, and the unconscious, which is the heart, when they work together, full system running, you will not see a problem. This is psychology, but this is Islam coming from tafakkur, from meditation. That's why al-mudhakara. What is mudhakara? To meditate, to think. One of the elements of ilmun nafs, knowledge of tasawwuf, or knowledge of what today they brought too many things of psychology in tasawwuf. So the Naqshbandi order is very clean, doesn't accept any innovations, although there are some students of Maulana Shaykh Nazim, may Allah bless his soul. You cannot control everyone. Everyone can say, I am student of Shaykh Nazim, I do a website. And you see all their works. Many websites are not acceptable. But how you stop it? It's an epidemic. It's a sickness. Everyone wants to make a website, and some people, I protested against them, and I said, we don't accept that. It's not accepted. We don't know them. They call themselves that they are disco majalis. Yeah. They are a qasida group. They make qasidas and sing, and they call themselves disco majlis, disco majalis. Majalis means associations. When they sing is disco. And they play guitar and they play, yeah. And they attribute themselves to one famous tariqah in order to make a name. How you can control this? You cannot control it. There are irhabiyun. There are terrorists, not in the meaning of real terrorist. There are terrorists that hijack the mic for their benefit on the chair, for people to come to them and ask them questions, and they give them answers through hijacking the podium. That's their business. Because if that stops, their business stops. That's why the major issue is to have companionship with your Shaykh. Like Sahaba became Sahaba because they were the companion of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The murids or disciples of any tariqah, there are very well known 41 tariqats, but in reality there are thousands of branches. Is to follow, accompany a sheikh, but it has to be a real sheikh. That's why we describe the real sheikh has to balance sharia and haqiqah. As Imam Malik said, man tasawwafa wa tafaqqah faqad tahaqqaq. Whoever learn knowledge of tasawwuf and knowledge of fiqh, that person is really on the right path. He reached ilmul yaqeen, aynul yaqeen, haqqul yaqeen. Knowledge of hearing, can hear what people cannot hear, can see what people cannot see. When hearing and seeing, they synchronize in a gearbox together, seeing and hearing. Some people, they cannot hear, they teach them by sign language, and they see, they can understand, but reality is ilmul yaqeen, aynul yaqeen, the knowledge of hearing, knowledge of seeing, which people cannot see, which people cannot hear. You put them in a gearbox, they synthesize themselves and synchronize themselves, and they work in a fine way. So inshallah we will continue about Sahaba next time. ومن الله التوفيق بحرمة الفاتحة. Scholars that people like to give an example on him, from him. So inshallah we'll give one example which he was able to see a vision that was important for us to know. May Allah forgive us and bless us. بحرمة الفاتحة.